Let's stop tiptoeing around the truth. Let's talk about how to give tough feedback without that awkward fallout. Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm a coach and consultant helping professionals master difficult conversations and lead with confidence under pressure. I've not always been confident nor a good communicator. I've struggled with both my entire career, and I still do, and I still need to work on it daily. Giving tough feedback is a topic I've had to work on quite a bit. Whether it's someone I respect highly or someone I'm not so impressed with, I've struggled to provide feedback without feeling like I was ruining somebody's day, which I definitely don't want to do, or making them feel guarded that their job may be on the line. I know deep down that there's a better way, so I dug into the research on how I can be more successful in this area, and I know it'll work for you as well. So let's be real. Giving tough feedback at work can feel like walking a tightrope over a pit of lava, right? Every time a situation comes up, I always just get a little uneasy because I'm not sure how I'm going to have a discussion with someone or convey what I'd like to express, right? Because one wrong word and then there's awkward tension. There's the death stare, right? Or worse, an awkward comment back saying, noted, but followed by total disengagement. And you don't want to lose this person as far as, especially if it's an employee, you don't want them to feel like, now I'm not going to, engage. That's terrible because we're a team and we want to work together, right? But you're not imagining it. Feedback often backfires big time, even with the best of intentions, right? Only 26% of employees strongly agree that feedback they get actually helps them improve, and that came according to Gallup's study. And yet we crave guidance. 65% of employees want more feedback, according to Harvard Business Review. And people genuinely want to improve and do a better job. I know that. I know that from people on my team that I work with, people that I talk to that are friends of mine, and even myself. I want to do a better job. But sometimes getting feedback hurts and it's hard to take, right? But there's a catch. They want it delivered with respect and clarity. I think we all do. I mean, this comes down to being respectful, but being very clear on what we mean. And clear is really kind. I know sometimes we all feel bad that we're saying something that is going to dampen someone's day or make them feel bad. But if we're not clear, if we're not guiding on how they can improve or some things that we're noting that are not really in their best interest or making them shine, then we're not kind. We're just lying to them, right? And that delivery with respect and with clarity, it doesn't happen that often because I think we all struggle with how do we do this, right? So how do you deliver honest feedback that lands and keeps the relationship intact? That's the struggle, right? Because feedback often feels like criticism wrapped in anxiety. I think you guys can all relate and hopefully agree, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I teach a better approach inside the CLEAR method, a proven system to communicate and keep it professional with confidence and navigate conversations without all of the drama. And this is a tactic that you could use for even personal relationships, personal feedback. It doesn't have to just be in the workplace. Here's how I've used many of these strategies in the CLEAR method that I know will help you deliver feedback that lands and that you feel good about giving. The C stands for clarity over comfort. So don't just sugarcoat or dance around the issue. Be direct but kind. Focus on the specific behaviors rather than vague character critiques. So instead of saying something like, you're not reliable, try something like, I noticed the last two reports relate? Can we troubleshoot why? So it's as if you're trying to embrace some things that are not going so well, and how can you help to resolve it instead of being accusatory. The L in clear stands for listen without labels. So feedback should be an open dialogue, not a monologue. So stay curious. Say something like, what's your perspective on this? Or is there anything I may not be seeing? So just change your verbiage a bit to sound more kind, more inviting, more collaborative to solving whatever is going on. E is for empathy. Empathy always. Remember, the goal is growth, not punishment. We're not looking to punish someone or ruin their day, right? Acknowledge the person's efforts and their challenges. The A stands for ask before advising. So set the tone by asking permission. Something like, can I share some feedback that might help us both move forward? This can lower the defenses and also invites a collaborative type of discussion. And the R in clear stands for regularity. It reduces tension. So if you only give feedback once a quarter, it feels like a performance ambush, doesn't it? But when you give feedback on a regular basis, it becomes just another part of the growth process. And it's something that leaders who excel know well. So Zanger-Folkman research shows that leaders who provide honest, consistent feedback are rated 4 times, you heard that right, 4 times more effective than those who don't or those who wait for yearly reviews. So do you want to learn how to master these conversations and more with ease? That's exactly what I help clients do inside the Clear Method coaching experience. So if you're ready to handle workplace conflict, tough feedback, and toxic or difficult environments without losing your confidence or credibility, give it a look, check it out. So I'll post the link to my website in the description and the comments. Tough feedback, remember, it doesn't have to be tough on relationships because we want to be helpful. We're giving feedback and sometimes tough love hurts, but we need to do it in a way that is productive. So make it clear, make it curious, make it consistent, and watch how your team and your confidence will grow. So if you've got a favorite feedback phrase that works wonders, let me know in the comments and share it. I'd love to feature your tips in the future, in some future videos, newsletters, and some podcasts. So let's make feedback feel less like combat and more like connection. So if you found this content valuable, helpful, please consider sharing, please consider subscribing, and we will see you on the next video.